Yeah, that final one, couldn't do it. Hello guys, today's video is going to be about my leg workout and the topic of being led by the wrong people. I'll see you inside the gym.
And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
So today the plan is straight into the legs workout without cardio, because I noticed the last time that my legs were much stronger this way. Also today is a particular day because I'm gonna have an important meeting in the afternoon that it has to do with the delicate situation I'm managing in my company, and so I'm happy to be at the gym this morning to have a moment of presence and to start the day like that. So let's begin. Okay, so while I was waiting for this to get free, I warmed up. I was doing knee circles and also jumping on the same spot in order to warm up also my back. So I will start with 20 kilos on each side and then progressively move up with the weight. Okay, I think I'll go 40 on each side directly. Okay, so this is 120 kilograms, so 3 plates of 20 kilograms on each side. So I've added another 120 on each side. So sorry, another 20 on each side. So this is 160. And this time I'm using the belt. So I've added another 20 on each side. So this is 200 kilograms. Yeah, that final one, couldn't do it. So this is 180. I was thinking of doing another 200, but I thought maybe better not. It's funny because before the previous set, I was inspecting this machine and looking down and saying, but what if I'm not able to complete the last rep with 200 and I go down? What is going to happen to my knees? Are they gonna be crushed? And I was like looking at it, it seemed like that it would have stopped at a decent height, but I wasn't sure. So at the last rep,
when I was saying, okay, no more, I can't do this one, so I have to go down, I was like bracing myself, kind of like the feeling you have when you're on a roller coaster, but with the difference that on the roller coaster you know that you're gonna get out of that unscathed, like unless something catastrophic happens. In this case, I wasn't completely sure, so like I had a moment of panic when going down, but everything went well. I'm doing another one, this time with 160. Now this is 140. I'm doing the last one at 120. This is with very short recovery. Maybe, I think less than 1 minute. Okay, now leg extension. Last week I was doing regular squats and I sustained an injury here on the external part of the quad. I don't know the exact name of the muscles, guys, sorry. It was very superficial, like it was a superficial burn, but I wasn't able to do leg extension and also leg curls. And I was thinking that it would have impacted my workout and my cardio for quite a few days, but after 2 days I was already out running and the sting was basically completely gone and it wasn't like hurting, and today absolutely zero problem, so feeling lucky. Okay, this is gonna be my last set before the leg curls. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this was my last set of this. Next is calves. Last set. Now ab crunches. I was explaining how when doing triceps there are some exercises when especially the elbow is bent and there is some weight pulling that tend to inflammate my tendons. And this is, even though it's light, it's not very different. So I'm gonna use the plate for the next one because I don't like when I have a weight that is pulling on my elbow that is completely bent and relaxed. Okay, done with abs. Next, some thoughts. Today I want to share a quick reflection about the topic of being led by the wrong people. One of the worst things that can happen in life is to be led by someone who lacks an altruistic goal. This can be especially true at work, but it can also happen in other areas of our life. Anywhere someone else has an influence over us. At work, we might assume it's just business and won't touch our deeper life. But that's far from the truth. At first, we think we're making our own choices. We think we're building something good. But over time, we start feeling drained, misaligned, or even manipulated. And at that point, the real question becomes, who's truly leading me? And where are they leading me? We are constantly shaped by the people we spend time with. Their motivations, their fears, their ambitions. Their influence over us can contribute to shaping our own reality. Business partners, friends, or even family. Sometimes we don't even notice it happening, but their way of thinking starts guiding our decisions, and the direction of our life starts reflecting theirs. If they aren't guided by clarity, integrity, or by a way of seeing the people they work with as the end itself, and not just the means for their own goals, then it's not just about poor leadership. It's about us being pushed quietly and consistently toward patterns that might lead us to long-term suffering. Maybe it's a business partner whose priorities are slowly eroding our values, or a colleague whose presence leaves us in a constant state of agitation, or maybe even a friend whose influence makes us world feel smaller instead of larger. Maybe after we start seeing this, there might be times when this influence becomes unbearable. When something in us finally wakes up and says, I've reached my limit. We feel the weight of the dynamic. We start to see the manipulation, the subtle harm, or the complete lack of alignment. It's easy to react in that moment, to escape as fast as we can, to cut ties the second we feel that burn. But here's the risk. If we run too quickly, we might miss something essential. We might interrupt the problem externally, but never truly understand how or why we ended up in that situation in the first place. And without that clarity, we risk walking into the same trap again later, just with different people. At the same time, if we stay too long, we risk something just as serious. We risk forgetting who we are. We risk adapting so much to someone else's influence that we lose sight of our own values and direction. So what can we do instead? We sit with it. We look inward. We ask, what is actually happening inside me? What would I be reinforcing if I stayed? What would I be able to follow if I left? When we don't act from urgency, when we wait and observe, we give ourselves a gift, the chance to make a decision based not on affliction or avoidance, but on deep understanding. We don't need to escape. We can simply step away when the clarity arrives. Not because we are angry, but because it's the wise thing to do. Because it's what protects and nurtures our path. These choices are rarely simple. But if we can learn to pause, to feel, to see clearly, then we can act not from pain, but from purpose. So if someone is leading you, make sure they are leading you somewhere worth going. Make sure their motivations are rooted in integrity, awareness, and clarity. And if they are not, maybe the best thing you can do for yourself is stop following, but not out of anger, not out of rejection, out of awareness. So guys, that's it for today's reflection. Now I'll go get changed.
Okay. So guys, today's reflection, it's deeply connected with the situation I'm facing at work, and so that I am trying to manage it the same way I described. So this requires a lot of patience, a lot of presence, a lot of analysis of the situation and also of what is happening inside of me. And even though it's extremely difficult and also painful in many moments, I feel it's an incredibly precious growth experience. So like the worst thing I could have done is to try to solve it as fast as possible out of rejection, but that would lead me not to learn how to recognize and effectively deal with situations like this in the future in my life. So this is why, even though it's hard, even though it burns a lot, and I'm keeping it with me, I think it's gonna be good. The process my mind is undergoing through this, I hope is gonna yield positive results, at least in terms of what is happening inside of me. So I will finish, get changed, and I will see you outside.
I'm going home, guys. Thank you as always for staying with me until the end of the videos. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe to my channel. And let me know what you think about today's reflection on being led by the wrong people. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.